Hey guys, welcome back to Hike Oregon. Today I wanted to make a video about a very inexpensive alternative to a CamelBak type day pack. So CamelBak and Osprey and Dakine and all those brands, REI, they all make day packs that are, 10 to 20 liters, and they come with a water bladder and a hose for you to drink. And they tend to range about $80 to $180 or so in that liter capacity. The backpack I'm going to talk about today is from Amazon. It's the Rupumpack brand. So you can see on here, Rupumpack. It has little mountains and trees on it. So I'm going to talk about this today, and let's get into it. I'll show the details of the backpack right here. Hey guys, I just got my Rupumpack from Amazon. This was kindly sent to me by the seller of this pack, and I'm going to try it out for you guys and see what I think about this budget-friendly day pack. It is 18 liters and it comes with a 2.5 liter bladder, water bladder, and hose. So it comes packaged really nicely. The box had a bunch of those air things in it so that this doesn't move around in the box. And then I started to open it and then I'm like, I gotta film this. Okay, so here is the pack. So it has the straps here. Let's undo this. Looks like that has a whistle on it, which is cool. As you can see here, Rupumpack hydration pack. So this is very similar to something like a CamelBak day pack. They sell bags of this size, as well as Osprey, I think, Gregory. So it looks like it has some really basic padding here for your back, which was nice because there's some airflow. The hip straps don't have much padding, like there's a little tiny bit of padding. Looks like both sides of the hip belt have zippered pockets, and they're pretty decent size. Let me see if I can put my phone in there, because I know my phone does not fit in my Gregory. This is really difficult with one hand. So bonus Jonas, looks like the iPhone 6s fits in the pocket. A Plus might not fit in here. I don't have a Plus, so, but it's not super tight in there, but it is, semi-snug. I don't know, the Plus is a little wider and a little longer, so it may not quite fit. But the 6S does, which is nice because on my current Gregory day pack, the 6S doesn't even fit in the hip belt. So that sucks. It has some side pouches on both sides if you wanted to put snacks or extra water bottles on either side there. And then it looks like there's a reflection thing here if you were to run outside in the dark or something like that, or bike. You could use this for biking. There is a little random pocket right here. I don't know what you put in here, maybe your keys or something like that. It's a pretty small pocket. Then there's this outside pocket here, and this one is pretty deep, so here you could put like an extra layer if you wanted to. And then it has two zipper pouches, so 1, 2, and then the hydration pouch. So the first zipper pouch is really deep, lots of space, and it has another zipper compartment here, which is also super deep. So you could put your keys, your wallet, and everything in here. It would stay nice and dry if it does rain. This is water resistant, so that's good. Nothing should really get soaked being in this pack. So that's nice that it has that extra organization. And then here is the main zipper pouch. Again, pretty big. You could fit lots of layers in there. Lunch. There's another organization pouch right here. Yeah, lots of space. Like I said, 18 liters. of space for this little guy. Now let's look at the hydration pouch. So the cool thing about the hydration pouch section, as you can see here, it has this like reflective coating, like a lunchbox would, and it's really neat. So it says it can keep your water very cold and stuff like that because it has this insulation here. And then the water bladder is right here. So, oh, it has a hose sleeve as well. So this insulate, you see how this is black and not clear? So this actually has a sleeve on it for when it's very cold outside so that your water doesn't freeze in the hose, which is really cool. So I'm gonna try out this pack and this hydration bladder on my next day hike and report back to you my first impressions so far. And the straps have a decent amount of padding too. I didn't talk about that earlier, but my first initial impression is very impressed. For the money, you are getting a comparable product to the CamelBak. CamelBak, something of this size, will run you between $85 and $100. It also comes with the hydration bladder, but it doesn't come with a nice insulative hose covering like this. And a lot of them actually come with a smaller bladder, with more like 1.5 liters rather than 2.5 liters. I did take the backpack on a hike. I'll insert the footage right here because I had some things to say about it. So one thing I have noticed about this backpack is that the straps are really wide apart compared to a lot of day packs that I've worn, which is nice because then this part doesn't dig into your shoulder slash like where your shoulder connects to your neck. That's kind of nice, doesn't give you like a headache, but it doesn't work well for people that have narrow shoulders because it wants to kind of slide off your shoulder. It barely works for me, but I have really, really small shoulders, so it should work for most people. And then at first putting this on, I thought that this would bother me, but wearing it on the hike, it does not bother me at all. It's kind of nice to have this so that the backpack isn't flush on your back, creating a lot of sweat. So these are actually nice. It's really thick, nice padding. So, and then there's a little bit of padding in the hip belt as well. Hip belt's pretty comfortable. The pockets are a little far back, especially if you have this out pretty far. Like if you're a little bit bigger and you have to make this longer, the hip pouches are going to be way back, which is kind of annoying if you need to access stuff. But that's really the only drawback I've seen. It fits all my stuff really well, and yeah, it's a really good day pack so far. So after I took it on a hike, I wanted to do a comparison to two other very, very similar backpacks. Now, I wanted to first of all tell you that this backpack is $24.99. That's really cheap for a 18-liter backpack that comes with a water bladder and a hose. For that price range, I would say definitely go for it. If you're just getting into hiking and you're wanting to have a little day pack that you want to carry on your first couple of hikes to see if you want to get into hiking, this is the way to go. It may not fit like the biggest person. As you can see, the torso is fairly small compared to some of the other backpacks that I have here, and there is no sizing, so that is a downside compared to some of the other brands, is that you cannot pick a size. So you can't pick small, medium, large, or anything like that. It just comes in this size. But other than that, this is the way to go for sure. Now let me show you some of the other packs. So here I have a 10-liter backpack, so much smaller than the Rupumpack. This is a Dakine bag, and it came with a water bladder as well. This is an older version of the drafter model, but this pack is going to run you $125. The Dakine drafter backpacks also only come in one size, so you don't have a size option small, medium, large. It just comes in this torso length. One size fits all, basically. It has a big pocket up here. Like I said, it's smaller, so it doesn't have as much space. There's a tiny pocket up here for keys and like chapstick. And then the inside pocket has some organization. Maybe you could maybe put a layer or two in there if you're hot. And then the water bladder goes back here. So this is what I don't like about this particular backpack, is that the water bladder is back here, so it's basically on your back. Again, this one has padding as well, but the padding is very on your back. There isn't much breathing room. So for the price, I would not go with something this small. If you're going to spend over $100, I would get a little bit of a bigger backpack. I think you're going to be unhappy with something this small, because like if you get hot and you want to take your puffy coat off and your rain layer and your gloves off and maybe your hat, that's not all going to fit in this. If you already have your lunch in here, your water, your snacks, your keys, and that's not all gonna fit in here. I would say go with something a little bit bigger if you are spending the money. So something like this, Osprey, this is the 20-liter bag. I would go with something like this if you're wanting to spend the money. Not this specific one, but I found one similar, an 18-liter, so that's exactly like the Rupumpack Osprey women's, and it comes with a 2.5-liter bladder. Is going to run you $155. That is on the cheap end. These 20 liters are going to be more like $180, $185. But the beauty with Osprey is their return policy. So if anything breaks, like for example this zipper is broken, you can email them and they will send you a new pack. So in that sense, it might be worth it to spend the almost $200, because you're basically never going to have to buy a new pack because of that great return policy. The other great thing about the Osprey pack is the ventilation that you get on your back. As you can see, this, you have the whole air gap because this all is mesh. So the mesh is against your back, so you get a lot of airflow, which is really great. Other than that, there aren't that many differences between this pack and the Rupumpack. It's probably better made, honestly, but anything that you use for a long period of time is going to rip. As you can see, this is ripped, this is ripped, this is a well-used backpack. So anything that you use for many years doing hiking and outdoor sports is going to show some wear. Both the Osprey and the Rupumpack are water resistant material, which is really great, especially in Oregon and places where it rains a lot. That doesn't mean it's waterproof, so if it pours on it for hours, your contents inside might get wet, but the Dakine one is not even water resistant, so keep that in mind. The other thing I liked about the Rupumpack is the reflectors on it. So there's reflector here and then reflectors on the straps here too. So if you wanted to use this for biking, if you are road biking or something to and from work this time of year, you're definitely going to want that extra reflectors. So that's really nice about it too, is that you don't have to just use it for hiking, you can use it for biking as well. So if you are looking for a great little day pack, I mean, it's not that little. If you're looking for a great medium size day pack, if you're just getting into hiking, or if you're just looking for a backpack, honestly, you don't even have to be hiking. Like I said, this is a great backpack for biking, if you're mountain biking. I know a lot of people in the winter do the fat tire mountain biking, which is really cool. All sorts of courses here in the mountains where you can take your fat bike, which is like a bike with huge tires, and you can actually ride it on the snow, which is awesome. So for that, this would be really great because, especially because of the insulative place where you put your water's not going to freeze. Your hose has that insulative coat on it, which is going to make it not freeze. And stuff like that. So this is a really, really, really great cheap option if you are looking for a day pack for any sort of outdoor sports, especially in the winter. So keep in mind, this is the Rupumpack. I will link it below. If you have any questions, just comment below. I know a lot of you are really into budget-friendly hiking. I know hiking and backpacking can get really, really expensive with all the gear and all the stuff you have to buy. I know just buying waterproof hiking boots is at least $130. So it can get expensive. So when you see something like this that is definitely worth more than $25, I really recommend looking into it. I hope you enjoyed this video and thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next adventure. Okay, bye.